G'day, g'day, g'day. It's Wednesday, Elevate Language, and we reflect on yesterday, strengthen habits. What am I thinking today? I'm going to talk about the language around how you going, an Australian way of saying how are you going. I'm also going to look at language like that stupid kid, or you could say that kid behaves stupidly. Different nuance in language. Interesting. And then I'm going to dive a little bit deeper around how you can occupy your time and use language in a more empowering way. For example, if you've got to make that phone call and get put on hold for 20 minutes, is that wasting your time or is that giving you time to do something else? Like focus on your challenge, think about your intentions, and possibly reflect on yesterday's challenge. How are you using elevating language? Hang around for the 10-minute version. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Do you feel like there's never enough time in the day? Are you struggling to switch off from work, the internet, and social media? It's time to reconnect with family, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, yourself. Join the Be More Social Daily Challenge. Just 10 minutes a day to recharge, gain more energy, and enjoy what matters most. Let's begin.
Welcome back. Yeah. Good day, good day, good day. There we are. I'm trying to shift my language from g'day to good day. Even in that sense, and I caught myself again, a little habit I have when we talk about language, I have a habit of saying so as a filler word. So I'm consciously being mindful and pulling myself up when I do that. Now, it's really important that I don't beat myself up every time I catch myself saying so. It's about, ooh, caught myself, cool. I'm going to focus on just smoothly talking and not having to use those filler words in between. I want to talk about greetings. So when we talk about elevating language and developing stronger habits, my habit of going out in the morning with Pip for a walk and now saying g'day to every person that I run into, what I've noticed and I picked up on this morning is I tend to say, g'day, how you going? But I don't necessarily say it that way. I say it the way Aussies do. And I caught myself this morning saying, how you going? So one of the other habits I have is I listen back to these recordings to listen to the language that I use and the way that I speak and the tempo that I speak and whether I pause enough or whether I talk too fast. So I'm focusing on elevating my language. I want to become a better communicator. And another interesting thought, whether this is combining a reflection with an intention, was how we look at AI these days and how we fear, or some of us fear, that our jobs may become obsolete. So I think about, I write an email and I've been known to write some really long emails because I put a lot of fillers in and I repeat myself quite often. And I now use AI to edit it, shorten it, and get rid of those filler words. I wondered this morning, will we ever get to the point whether we could have an AI chip planted in our brains? And that way we could articulate our language better. Don't know if that's ever going to be possible, but let's throw it out there and see what happens. Because anyone involved in coaching people around how to be public speakers probably won't become extinct for a long time because it's us in control of our own language. So this is where we want to learn how to elevate our own language. And we do that by forming habits. So let's look at another example of how I use language or how you might use language. And I came across another example this morning. And even in that, there's a story. I was working on a proposal at 4 o'clock this morning. When I start focusing on something, I'm just 100% focused. And before I knew it, it was 5:30 in the morning. And normally I spend an hour or so on TikTok just scrolling through, looking for some interesting stories and interesting content that I can relate to and embed it into my intentions and reflections. And I thought, wow, it's 5:30 and I haven't come up with anything yet. So I started to reflect and I started to think about elevating language, and all this stuff was coming up. It was brilliant. It was perfect. And I came across this guy who was a content creator coach, and he was critiquing another woman's posts and sort of mentioned that he didn't enjoy the content. But then as he started to critique it and analyze this post, he started to see these little nuances. And he made the reference to how she uses alliteration and phrases in every post that she does. So there's this repetition and this comfort. The audience start to get used to it. It gives them that hit of dopamine. Remember, we spoke about dopamine and serotonin yesterday. Audiences get these hits of dopamine, and it then attracts them to come back. So when you use language in an empowering way, people are drawn towards you. Does that make sense? So another example I came up with this morning, we were walking, and I say we, Pip and I, were walking along the beach, and we have the 8-9 meter long lead. It seemed like I was tugging. Pip was in front of me. I couldn't see anything. What I found was a stick. It was about 5 foot tall, and it was bending over. It wasn't the stick. It seemed like someone had tied a fishing line to the end of the stick, and it was in the water. The lead got caught around this fishing line. The story here isn't necessarily about the stick and the fishing line. My first instinct was, oh, some stupid kid did that. And then I thought about it. Stupid kid. What sort of language is that? How could we shift that in a more empowering way? Because the kid may not be stupid, and it may not have even been a kid. So I thought, okay, maybe a kid did it, but to leave the fishing line on the stick in the water could be considered stupid behavior. Stupid is not necessarily empowering. We could find something better, like inconsiderate or mindless. The focus is on not calling the kid stupid, calling the behavior stupid. How many times have you called your kid or a kid or someone else stupid? They take offense, but it's softened a lot more if you're to say, geez, that behavior might be stupid, or that behavior might be careless. It doesn't mean you're careless. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It just is referring to the fact that that behavior might be. Does that make sense? Of course it does. All right, I've got one more little story which might help you shift your language. So imagine you're busy in your day, you try and multitask, and then you've got to make that dreaded phone call to a government department or Telstra or someone you know they're going to put you on hold. What's your thought pattern? Oh, what a waste of time. What if we shift that language and elevate it to a more empowering space? What if, by being on hold for 10 minutes, they're actually giving you time? They're giving you time to relax. They're giving you time to reflect or focus on your intentions. Or look at how your day's going. Check in. Are you accomplishing what you want to accomplish? Are you heading in the right direction for the rest of the day? You can use that 10 minutes beautifully. Do a meditation. Do a breathing exercise. There is so much you can do when you realize that it's not wasting time, it's actually giving time. But I'm going to wrap it up there because that's how we're going to elevate language today. And tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to look at cultivating awareness. Awesome. Look forward to seeing you. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening as we take on the Be More Social Challenge. Join Danny Crouch tomorrow as he shares his journey, and we hope you'll join in too. Drop a comment below. Tell us how it's going, ask questions and share your insights. Find more details in the description or at chooseyourchapter.com.au. Let's make time, boost energy, and aim to be more social today.